So the state is asking for a final order today, with the acknowledged paternity proving Mr. Fletcher's paternity over the child in this case. Child's name is Lexi Jade Fletcher, born October 8th, 2018. And so state is asking for current child support of $219 that Mr. Fletcher would pay per month starting, let's just say March 1st, 2026. Um, and then cash medical of $57 per month starting March 1st, 2026. This is all based off of minimum wage. State understands both parties agree that Mr. Fletcher is like working like part-time jobs, things like that. State understands Mr. Fletcher called himself a ranch hand. Um, so state's fine with minimum wage at this point. Uh, State is also asking for retroactive child support, Your Honor, uh, from February 12th, 2022 to today. So basically 4 years. State understands that the parties separated in July of 2021 about. Although I can confirm with Mr. Fletcher if that's his belief as well. Um, and that total amount for retroactive would be $11,141. And the repayment for that the state would recommend would be $106 per month, starting March 1st, 2026. And if the child emancipates before he pays it all off, it would go to 325, basically adding the 106 to that current child support amount. State understands that Miss Childress is requesting uh, supervised visitation. State understands that Mr. Fletcher was convicted of a family violence crime in a different county. I think it was Williamson County. Um, uh, there was a sole causes bodily injury family member. It was a misdemeanor. He got convicted of it, or he was sentenced on March 14th, 2025 for that. Um, the judge's name was Doug Arnold. And now there's also a related one as well, a violation of bond/protective order. The state understands involves the same victim as the prior one, but I believe Ms. Childress or Mr. Fletcher can probably say more about that. Um, Ms. Childress understands that, you know, she would have to be sole managed conservator. Um, she was asking for him to have visits. She had proposed 1 p.m., beginning 1 p.m., ending at 5 p.m., first, third, and fifth Saturdays of each month, supervised by her or someone she designates, competent adult that she designates, um, with exchanges, or not exchanges, with the visitation at like the Clean Mall. And so understands she's also asking for non-disclosure based on these issues along with other incidents. Um, State understands Mr. Fletcher is contesting all this. He would like to have DNA testing. State understands his reasoning for that is that he says that certain sources told him that Miss Childress was cheating on him during the time of inception, I believe. Um, I don't State does not know what these sources are. I'm sure we can get more in depth on that. And that also that the child was conceived during a week that he had taken a trip to Utah or something. But I think his main thing is the certain sources. Um, Your Honor, state understands that Miss Childress has never been married, so I don't see anything that would invalidate the paternity. And what he's saying, I don't have enough, Your Honor, to want to do DNA. Especially when Miss Childress say understands that she is sure that only he could be the father of the child. And state does not believe he has any military or firefighter background, but I can ask him about that as well. And finally, that retroactive amount, Your Honor, that is based off of no direct payments or gifts. State understands Ms. Childress says that none of that during that time period. I don't know what Mr. Fletcher's opinion on that is. I do know that that he has concerns about how the house that she's living in with the child apparently was paid by both of them, or him and someone else. But that may have been before the period, Your Honor. Um, and that's about it.
All right, then. Well, let's get some testimony from these parties and see where this is going to lead. This deal, sir, you signed that affidavit. That affidavit is this child's 7 years old. You're coming at this one mighty darn late. So, the one party that gets you a DNA test that says there's a problem with the circumstances, they can tell you that it would have to be Miss Childress. So, if you're going to be, you need to be specific as possible and be concise as possible to tell the court anything else. Because again, sir, this is this is a 7-year-old little girl at this point, and yeah, that's kind of problematic. So anyway, I'm going to give everybody a chance to testify. I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to tell the court their understanding of the circumstances, and we'll take it from there. But right now, like I said, sir, I've got in the court file attached to this set of pleadings is your paternity, is your acknowledgement paternity that both of you signed off on. That is now part of the property of the state of Texas and the Bureau of Vital Statistics. So again, that's prima facie that this child is yours. And for you to want something different, the burden of proof falls on you to show the court why this has to be done. Yeah, but anyway, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and swear y'all in and let the state call you as witnesses. At the end of the hearing, if either of you want to tell the court closing statement, closing argument, you'll be allowed to do so. So at this time, I'll go ahead and ask both of you to raise your right hands. All right, do you both solemnly swear or affirm your testimony going to give this court today the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fletcher, you're muted, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're both officially under oath, and I'll go ahead and let the state call you as witnesses. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I should note, I don't know if he has them anymore, but Mr. Fletcher may have some tech issues with his Wi-Fi. So Mr. Fletcher, if you like get cut off, let us know. And judge may allow you to just turn off your video.
That can go ahead and turn off his video if he wants to right now. If that helps with the bandwidth, that's not a problem.
So state
I think
calls.
it's okay for me. Sorry,
Right,
my apologies.
So
no
state. So state calls Courtney Childress. What is your full name?
Courtney Rose Childress.
What is the full name of the child in this case?
Lexi Jade Fletcher.
When was Lexi born?
October 8th, 2018.
And how old is she?
It's 7 years old.
So let's talk about the paternity issue first. Who is the father of Lexi?
Alec Fletcher.
Now, could there be anyone besides Mr. Fletcher that could be the father of Lexi?
No, I wasn't with anyone else at the time.
And all right, so now when did you and Mr. Fletcher no longer live in the same household?
It was a little after we split up in July. When we first split, we decided to try living together because the house has 3 bedrooms. So we just stayed in separate rooms, but it just wasn't working. So I was packing to leave, and he said no, that me and Lexi could stay in the house and he would leave.
All right, so
As we stayed maybe August.
What July are we talking about? This year or what year?
Oh, 2021.
So in the last 4 years, has Mr. Fletcher given you any cash or very expensive goods for the benefit of Lexi?
In the last 4 years, no.
And
We did get cash when we first split up, but that was 5 years ago.
and the house that you currently live in, when was it funded by? When was it funded?
Me and Mr. Fletcher got it together with our income tax in 2019. 3 months after getting it, he quit his job, and ever since then, I have been paying the bills on my own, with the exception of his mother paying lot rent 1 month because
All
I
right, all
couldn't
right, all
afford
right,
it.
all right. So what do you know about Mr. Fletcher's current employment?
From what I know, he has random odd jobs here and there, but he goes long times without a job. And he just does random things around town for people and gets paid in cash.
And as far as you know, what is his highest level of education?
High school diploma.
And then what special licenses does he have other than driver's license?
None that I know of.
So when's the last time Mr. Fletcher has physically visited with Lexi?
I don't know the exact date. It's probably been close to a year now, though.
All right, and
Let me see that.
can you recall that last visit? Like, can you recall how it went? And
He stopped by for a little bit. If I remember correctly, he made a bow, like he carved it like out of wood. He made it himself and brought that to her.
And has he done any like FaceTime calls? Like, how many times has he done FaceTime or Zoom calls?
We went months without hearing from him, and then he did a FaceTime call on her birthday, and we sang her happy birthday, and then he has not called or FaceTimed or anything since then.
So that I understand. So after that last physical visit, there were months in which he didn't do anything, and then eventually he called on her birthday.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any safety concerns of Mr. Fletcher?
He does have an angry streak. He has assault charges, and it does make me worried. When we first split up, he showed up threatening to kill himself with a gun in front of us, and they took him for a mental behavior place. When he got out, I went somewhere where I knew he couldn't find me. And then I don't have proof, like the police said they couldn't prove it, but my sister's driveway ended
All
up
right.
getting covered.
Why don't we?
Well.
I'll
Yeah, man, you don't testify to what you're an eyewitness to, or what he tells you. Don't testify to something someone else may have told you or some other information like that. But for right now, let's just stick to what y'all done one-on-one. Thank you.
So
Okay.
when was this time where he allegedly threatened to kill himself?
I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact date.
What year or what year
I
was it?
believe that was in either at the end of 2021 or the beginning of 22.
And has there been any incidents after that? Any physical abuse, verbal threats, things like that?
No.
So if the court does order supervised visitation for Mr. Fletcher, would the clean mall be a good place for that?
Yeah, that's something I'd be okay with, where we could meet up on even ground.
And what county do you live in?
Bell County.
Are you asking for non-disclosure?
Is that where like he doesn't know my information?
That, Your Honor, may I briefly?
Go ahead and explain it. You can go ahead and explain it, no problem.
So Ms. Childress and Mr. Fletcher, non-disclosure is when the court redacts certain information like phone number, the address, even employment stuff there from the order. So typically that stuff's in there, but the court can, in his discretion, redact it. Ms. Childress, do you want the court to redact that?
Yes, please.
And can you briefly can you briefly explain to the court why?
I just don't feel safe with him having all of my information. He has shown up before. When I wasn't at home, he came to visit Lexi and then took her without saying anything about it. It just makes me feel very uncomfortable and unsafe.
You have access to an automobile?
Yeah.
I've told her every time.
Yes, sir. Remain quiet. When it's your turn to testify, you will be able to speak at that point. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have anything else you briefly want to tell the court?
I did hear you mention how he was saying the trip to Utah.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I couldn't understand you. Can you repeat that, please?
Oh, yeah. Earlier y'all mentioned how he said the trip to Utah is when I conceived. The week he went was they left August 19th, 2015, and our daughter was born in 2018. So it's a 3-year difference.
It was 27.
Sir,
27.
again, don't say anything in your when you testify, but it's not your turn right now. Don't do that again. Otherwise, sir, I could look at holding you in contempt and so please stop. Thank you.
What health insurance is the child on?
Medicaid. I am currently waiting for them. Like I sent the renewal, so I'm just currently waiting on that. But that's what she's been on since birth.
And do you have access to private health insurance for the child?
I do, but I cannot afford it.
What about private dental?
Private dental, I might be able to do like just dental, but it's still like money's tight.
And Your Honor, the state understands that the costs for the private health and dental, those would be at a minimum wage, Your Honor, he would not be able to reasonably afford to repay Ms. Childress for that.
Let's go. Well, we'll take that into consideration at the end. So go ahead and proceed. Thank you.
And how much does your private health cost?
It was for me and her, it would have been 70. When I added all up earlier, it was like $89 and some change, like weekly.
And then what about the dental?
The 89 was dental and medical. Just dental would have been $14.96 weekly or around there.
All right. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'll be back in just a moment. I'll have the state call your next witness. You may proceed.
State calls Earl Fletcher. What is your full name?
You there, Mr. Fletcher?
It's Earl Fletcher.
All right. So
Is my
yeah, you're breaking up a bit, but I can hear you. So
okay.
let's talk about the paternity stuff first. So why are you asking for DNA despite having signed this acknowledgement of paternity?
Briefly, well, I just feel like it's the right thing. That way it puts my mind at ease, knowing that she's biologically mine. I did raise her like she was mine, not knowing that she could have been somebody else's. Um, I mean, it would put my mind at ease, and that's would really greatly like I did give her mom money, and I was
Okay,
really
sir, sir,
heartbroken
sir,
that
sir,
she
sir,
just
sir, slow down, slow down, slow down. Listen to the question, answer the question that's asked, and then stop. I know you heard a lot of testimony from her, but as you remember, there were exact questions to the exact answers. And the state was just asking you one question, you answer that one, then stop, and you'll move on to the next. At the end of the hearing, if there's anything else you think I need to know that didn't come out in your testimony, you or Ms. Childress can give the court that information if you think that's the case. So I'll let the state proceed. Thank you.
Yes, Your
yes,
Honor.
sir. I thought it was nothing matter for me. Excuse me.
So so when did you and mom no longer live in the same household together?
Uh, can you rephrase the question, please?
When did you and mom no longer live with each other?
Oh, me and me and Courtney talking.
Yes.
Well, whenever she decided to get with her coworker, which was um
If you don't know, sir, you can just say you don't know.
I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. I was just trying to I repressed because it's very hard for me to talk about it still. She gave you the dates. Let's just go with that. It's
All right.
what other than the dates I have given her money afterwards.
All right,
Okay,
well, sir, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yes, sir.
We'll get to that. All right. So for the last 4 years, Mr. Fletcher, how much cash or very expensive goods have you given to Miss Childress for the benefit of Lexi?
Well, it wasn't just me giving to her. It was my
okay.
Sir,
it
sir,
was my
just
boss.
It's only for right now, sir. Just deal with you. And then if you're saying somebody else gave her funds in your behalf, we'll get to that. But right now, what did you
Okay.
give her?
What have I given her?
Yes.
Everything I could. I uh just I don't know. If I was to put a number on it, I would say I've given her at least $150 a month for the year and a half after we split up
all right.
in goods and money. I
Right
was
now, we're
giving her
talking cash money,
shoes,
sir, or expensive
clothes.
items. By expensive items, I
Yes,
mean
sir.
bedroom suits, custom car seats, things like that that may be needed. But we're
Yes.
talking about things that cost at least a couple $100 on up. But we're talking about cash and major items.
Cash,
Clothes, shoes,
major
socks,
items,
things
clothes,
like that
shoes.
don't count.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, I said what I said. I don't know.
All
Can you
right, sir.
ask
All
the
right.
question again?
So let's just move on. So when were you convicted of a family violence crime?
Oh, that was last year or 2 years ago, when I had been with this woman that was basically it had nothing to do with Courtney and
All right, got
Lexi.
it, got it, got it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. We're just trying to find out when the conviction is. Thank you.
So are there any restrictions on you for physically visiting with Lexi in this case?
I've tried to visit her, and her mom's
I'm
turned me
saying,
away
sir, are
several
there any
times.
legal
I'm sorry.
restrictions, sir?
No, sir. I haven't been told anything otherwise. I've just given her space because she has another person there at the
Got it,
house.
sir. Got it. Got it. Like I said, you'll have a chance at the end to say your piece. Um, so do you have access to an automobile?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what county do you live in?
I live in Williamson County.
So if the court did order some supervised visitation at the clean mall, first, third, and fifth Saturdays, could that at 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., could that be something you could do?
Absolutely, yeah. My mom lives in Bell County.
And when was the last time you physically met with Lexi?
It must have been before Halloween.
So Halloween of last year?
Yes, sir.
Um,
I
and
didn't get
then
to see her for her birthday.
and how did that visit go, sir?
I can't. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. Oh, it's really hard. How'd that
Sir.
last visit go? You want my opinion, or do you want how it happened?
Okay,
I
sir.
don't want
We don't do opinion testimony. Testimony is based on facts and what actually happened, sir.
to. Okay. Well, the last time I tried to visit her, it was early in the morning, and I just wanted to. I told her mom that
Okay,
I didn't have
sir.
a phone.
Again, no, don't, you're going about this a roundabout way. We're looking at dates and times. What date did you visit? How long did you stay? That sort of thing. What were the circumstances?
I left because I wasn't able to contact her mother, and I showed up there out of the blue. This must have been a couple days after her birthday last year. Uh,
All right. And so when's the last time you've, called the child or like video timed
I've
electronic
tried to
communication?
call. I've tried to call. Nothing goes through, and I haven't had a phone, and so I wasn't able to tell her that I wasn't able to call. So, to be fair,
So,
The phone you use today, sir, is that currently your phone or you borrowed someone's?
yes, this is my phone. I just bought it like maybe a couple weeks ago.
All right, thank you.
so, do you have any safety concerns with Miss Childress?
No, sir. She's a good mother. That's why I gave her what
All
she
right.
needed to
Got it, sir. Got it.
provide.
So now let's move on to the money part, sir. Do you have access to private health or dental insurance for Lexi?
No, sir. But I do have a clean house and uh
Sir, got it. Like I said,
right.
got to stay on focus. So,
Yes, sir.
what what do you do for a living?
Well, I was trying to start my own business, but I'm a ranch hand around here. And I mostly work uh for individuals to start an LLC and get my certification for tree work and all that, but that's future stuff.
And so how much do you bring in?
How much do I bring in? Well, it hasn't been much lately, but because the holidays are over, you know, it's really hard when the holidays are here.
So, all right, how much did you
I
bring
would
in
say
last month?
if I was to average, I would say maybe $300 a month until, you know, but from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, it would average about $300 a month, but it's been slowly building up. So it's like a it's hard to explain.
I
When it's
understand. I
starting out,
understand.
okay.
Your work is seasonal.
Yes, seasonal work. Uh, some months I'll pull in, you know, I'll pull in 700, and then a week, or and then other months it'd be zero a month. But I'll have money saved up from that other month that I had. It's really hard to. I should keep
I
better
get it. I
track
get it.
of
All
my
right,
wages.
let's move on.
My work is seasonal.
What is your highest level of education?
High school diploma.
All right, and do you have any what special licenses do you have other than driver's license?
None currently. I've been working on that.
And when do you think you're going to get this tree license, lumber license?
You mean arborist?
Yes.
I had planned on taking the test this season, so I mean it's like a $200 license, and it shouldn't be hard to get. I'm already. It just takes some time to get it. It's like 2 months.
And when, oh, 2 months?
Yeah, well, I mean, I already got all the experience, but the testing is like it. It's hard to explain.
All
Uh
right, sir. Do you have any biological or adopted children besides Lexi?
well, I don't even know if she's biologically mine. It would be nice to know that, but
Okay, sir, again,
well,
you're going off on a tangent. The question was, do you
sorry.
have any other children, sir?
One, Lexi Jade.
All right. Did I already ask you if you had access to an automobile? So, pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, sir, are you currently on any type of parole or probation? I'm sorry, what county did the family violence conviction come in?
Come again? I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, you were convicted of a family violence conviction. What county was that in?
That was in Williamson County, sir.
All right, are you currently under any type of parole or probation from Williamson
No,
County or
sir.
based on that? So, okay, and
No.
what happened? What happened? What kind of sentence did you get for that?
What? Oh, I served a month in jail for getting slapped by another person that had nothing to do with this case.
All right,
And Your Honor, I actually have the records or the docket records for the family violence assault charge, and then also this violation of bond / protective order charge.
That was already. Sorry, I'm very sorry.
All right, we'll get back. We'll circle back that in just a moment. All right, sir. Is there a reason that you're not making anywhere close to minimum wage as far as your work history is concerned? Is there a reason you can't work at a regular job somewhere 40 hours a week making at least minimum wage, and nobody's making minimum wage anymore? So
I've had I've had a traumatic brain injury. It's hard for me to like hold a job and socialize and keep up in a lot of ways, but I'm a fast worker, but so I find it harder to get along with people. So I just been trying to start my own business because I'm a good leader. So I mean,
have you applied for any type of Social Security benefits based on your disability, sir?
no, I've been looking into that, and I'm been trying to apply for certain things like that, and I don't have any health care right now, so I don't know how to go about getting that kind of help.
Okay. And sir, how long have you suffered from these maladies?
Maybe 2 years or more.
Okay, thank you. All right, any other questions of the witness at this time, Mr. Welsh?
So, Mr. Fletcher, was this violation of bond / protective order, was that related to the family violence assault charge?
That had already supposed to have been dismissed whenever they gave me that charge. I don't know why they gave me that charge. The restraining order was up. We were back together. This was my ex. I was nothing to do with Courtney.
All right, all right. I
And
think you've answered it enough. It does relate to it. So no more questions, Your Honor.
All right, anything on redirect to Ms. Childress at this point, Mr. Welch?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, folks, I'm gonna give you both a chance to tell the court what you want or you think I need to do. Here's the deal, guys. I can try to do something as a final hearing today. Not sounding like this is going to be able to be a final hearing, but I'll go ahead. I can do this as a final, or I can do this as a temp. So at this time, whether it's a temporary order or a final order, Mr. Fletcher, what do you ask the court to do here today, sir? Anything else you think I need to know about?
no, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Childress. You don't appear to be muted, but I don't hear you.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
The only other thing I wanted to request was if y'all could have him pass a drug test before we move forward with the visitations.
And why is that, ma'am?
He's a habitual user of
Okay, now you are cracking up, ma'am.
charges
Repeat that, please.
for
Your Honor, maybe she could
he's a
turn off her
habitual
video.
user of
Ma'am, go ahead and turn off your video, ma'am. Turn off your video. All right, now go ahead and repeat what you were saying.
He's a habitual user of methamphetamines. I have personally caught him. It's what ended our relationship. And I just don't feel like her well-being is in good hands if he is still using.
I will happily take a drug test. Yes, Your Honor.
Sure.
Could it be a hair follicle? Because he does know
Here's the
where.
deal, folks. Drug testing is not cheap. It's not that expensive, but it's not cheap. So usually anyone requesting something is the one that's got to pay for it now. And right now, based on what he's earning, it would probably take him probably a couple of months to get enough, maybe save up enough to pay for the hair follicle test. I got no problem ordering that. But when I usually order that, I'll order it for both sides. I want to, if one side says they're clean, the other side's dirty, I want to double check that. I want to confirm everything. So I always do both sides. Is there a problem with that?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, Your Honor. I'll take whatever test I need to take.
All right then. All right, ma'am, anything else you're asking the court to do?
No, sir.
All right then, and Mr. Fletcher, I'll come back to you one last time based on what the mom's asking. And if I'm looking at ordering drug testing, is there something else you're asking the court to do?
Maybe it was sorry, give me a sec. Consider my my mental status in getting a job, and based on my injury and past.
Okay. And so what was your, I didn't get a clear picture on what that injury was. What was that injury, please?
Just mental health, I guess. I don't know how to say it.
Was it an actual physical manifestation that caused this, sir, or is this something that's just been internal your entire life, or what are we talking about? You didn't have a motorcycle accident and hit your head or anything like that?
I had a motorcycle accident.
And when was that?
It's about 2 years ago. It was really bad, and it doesn't it makes it hard to communicate with people and remember things, and that's mostly why I haven't been able to keep a steady job.
All right. And do you have a physician at this time that treats you on a regular basis, or at least did you have a physician that
No,
would
I
have
would
information?
I would like to see a physician. I'm out here in a small town that I'm broke, and
Which city do you live in Williamson County then, sir?
Florence,
I'm sorry?
Florence.
Okay, all right. I thought I automatically think that people say they live in Williamson County, they're living in either Round Rock or
I'm nowhere near the big city, sir. Yes, Your
okay.
Honor. I'm sorry.
All right. All right, Mr. Welch, any other questions about the witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right, everybody. Mr. Welch, I'm looking at making this attempt, but this one has more twists and turns that Mr. Fletcher, did your doctor tell you what you're actually suffering from, what your malady is? Does it have a name, sir?
I need to get it diagnosed more or less, but it is along the lines of like amnesia.
So
I don't know
you
how to.
suffer some form of head trauma. Did they say that? Did they call it head trauma? Did they call it? What did they say?
I have paperwork. It does say traumatic brain injury on it, and it does say for my kidney laceration that it gets worse over time, and I do have that paperwork. They if you give me a second, I can go find it real quick. I got it right.
We don't need it right now, sir. But all right, all right. Here's what we're going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and make this attempt. I'm probably going to look at ordering temporary child support and reserving everything else. This one, Mr. Welch, I'm going to have to go ahead and write this one out because what we're going through. But I am probably looking at having appointed ad litem based on these circumstances. I'll have to have that ad litem circulate affidavits of inability to pay costs to both the parties to see about making sure their fees get paid. But I've got to, but I do have to go ahead and order certain things that we can start looking at. Ma'am, since you're asking for the drug test, and I already ordered both sides to do it, I will need for you or your side to come up with funds to pay for the drug testing. I always use any drug test now. I'm not sure where the closest location is into Florence. Ma'am, what city do you live in?
I'm in Harker Heights.
All right, there used to be one in Harker Heights. There is one still in Killeen, so I would have you use that one. But I need to find out what the cost is going to be for both of those and see about getting someone appointed to represent the child in this matter and technically maybe even represent the father based on his circumstances. He's said some things that gives me serious cause for concern, and the fact that the history of him doing what he's doing as far as employment has been so bad since this accident that he may not be competent enough to do this himself and or to understand what's going on. So I may even have to appoint him a lawyer. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I hate to make you folks come back, but before we get out of here today, I'm going to look at setting up a special setting date for y'all to come back in the next couple of 2 to 3 weeks where I can get a little bit more data. But for right now, I'm looking at name, sir, I've got to name her sole managed conservative based on your conviction. I need to get copies of all that conviction information. But under Texas law, if you've been convicted of family violence, you cannot be a joint manager. So I got to name you as a sole, her as a sole, and you as possessory. I want to look at giving you some access to the child, sir. But for right now, I'm probably only looking at FaceTime visits until I can get the amount of the attorneys appointed. They're either going to be called a guardian ad litem or attorney ad litem to represent the child, and maybe one to represent you, sir, based on those circumstances. But again, I've got to run this by a couple of lawyers and send them out with the necessary paperwork to get this set up and going. So what I'm going to look at, let me look at, ma'am, I hate to bring y'all back, but I'm looking at making y'all a special setting. So you're the only case I have during that time frame. So we can go ahead and expand on this and do it close to a lunch hour or late in the afternoon. So no one has to miss work, miss as little work as possible. But for right now, I need to go check my Zoom calendar to see what I've got available coming up. See if I got anything by the end of the month that we can come back in here and get you guys back on the record, and I can get some form of temporary order going that will actually start the first day of March. But for right now, let's see what I got for this month. And it might not be till March that we can get back in here, but let me see what I got the rest of this month. And this is already
If I may,
such
Your
a
Honor.
weird. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. If I may, what physician should I go see? Do
Sir,
you know?
I can't advise you to go see a physician. You can go see any physician you think is necessary. If you had a
Yes,
doctor in
sir.
the past, you can do it. But doctors are expensive. You have any form of health insurance yourself, sir?
No, sir.
All right. See, and again, that's something you might need to look into, sir. If you're eligible for, how old are you at this time, sir?
I'm 31.
All right. You might have worked enough quarters in the past to get regular Social Security, but if you only could get SSI, at least they could give you some type of disability to work on that. But for right now, it's any treatments you seek will have to be solely left up to you and you alone, sir. And
Okay.
you got to figure that out yourself.
Okay.
All right. Next week is a mess. So yeah, let's see what I-
Society. Okay.
Mhm. All right. See, I don't have anything this month. I've got a slot available for the afternoon on Thursday, March the 5th. Is that the 5th of March? Yeah, that's first Thursday in March. That's the first Thursday after my live docket. I have the afternoon available from 12 noon on. So if either of y'all could come in at 12 noon on that date, well, I really wanted to get this done before the next month, but I don't see anything that I can do this. Belinda, do I have anything that afternoon of March the 5th at all? I'm not showing anything. Oh, and
On my end, Your Honor, I only see that morning case. So
all right then. All right, Miss Childress, Mr. Fletcher, if I was to reset you guys, and that way I can talk to a couple of lawyers, see what we can do to set up for getting the court-appointed counsel for the child and getting some further information. If I could set y'all up, like I say, starting at any time at 12 noon on the 5th of March for about an hour and a half hearing at best. Okay, can y'all be made available for that day, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
All right, then. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to hold the abeyance, making a temporary order at this point, and starting temporary child support. An extra month's not going to make that. An extra 2 weeks not going to make that much of a difference. But they'll give me a chance to see how we're going to handle this going forward, and I'll go ahead and set up that code. But for right now, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and yeah. Okay,
March
we're
5th,
temporary, the parties
Your
temporary
Honor.
joint management, make mom sole, him possessory, hold off on doing anything else, hold off on ordering child support, and hold off on visitation until after we have our next hearing in a couple of weeks. That's what I'm looking at doing, folks. So for right now, Mr. Welch, I'll go ahead and make mom sole MC, dad possessory, but hold off giving him any rights until we come back in on the temporary order, or further temporary order on March the 5th. And does it make a difference? 12 noon, 1:30. Ms. Childress, what does it make a difference for your job, ma'am?
I normally work.
I'm sorry, you cracked up on us. No, ma'am, it's really, really bad now.
I have enough advance notice. I can let my manager know and it won't be a problem.
Okay, so
Is
if
that
I say
any
we're going to do this at 1:30 on the 5th, I'll give you a couple of hours if necessary. That'll work for you, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right, how about you, Mr. Fletcher?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
All right, everybody, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and set this up, but the only thing I'm gonna set up right now is temporary conservatorship and make name dad, mom sole, dad possessory, and come back and give rights and everything after, and child support and possible DNA testing will be set up, and along with along with the drug testing. So we got a bunch of testing we may have to look at here one way or the other. Docket's not made for contested cases. I'm going to reset this matter for finishing up on the March the 5th at 1:30 p.m. And I'm going to go ahead and make that Zoom code and get it out to the state and that way you can set that, you can get that out to the parties and then reset Mr. Welch. So, Mr. Welch, is there anything else you particularly need to rule on right now? And I need to go ahead and get this Zoom code set up. So, is there anything else the state needs at this point?
I don't think so, sir. I think I got everything I need.
All right, everybody, if you get messages from me or Mr. Welch that the court has gone ahead and filed his own motion, his own request to appoint a legal guardian or a legal ad litem for the child in this case, and of course, when the father comes back in, I'll hear his testimony in full, and based on what I hear from him, I may appoint him some type of ad litem also. But ma'am, I hate to do that, but the ad litem's only for the purposes of making sure. Not that he not to give him legal advice, but to make sure he understands everything that's happening here in the courtroom, because this can get a little complicated. So anybody I appoint for him is not to be his lawyer, but only to make sure he to explain everything to him to the necessary point that I know he understands what we're doing. So, Ms. Childress, is there anything else? Any questions?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Fletcher, anything else? Any questions, sir?
Are you gonna send me the court appointed attorney information?
Right, no, sir, I have not decided to appoint your attorney yet, and I will make that decision when we come back in on the 5th of March. I will send you will get a copy of a reset order with the reset date and the temporary order, just names mom's temporary banishing us earlier, name your possessory, but not giving you any rights until we come back and be able to wade through all this on another date. I'm going to save appointing anybody a lawyer, but if y'all get on that date, but I will, if I decide to do that, I will let everybody know ahead of time what I'm doing, and that way you'll be able to hit the ground running when we come in on that date. Because by then, if I decide to do that, at least for the child, I would have that person appear at that hearing, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do as far as Mr. Fletcher's concerned. But right now, I'm leaning toward it. And if I do find out, and again, I had not had to appoint someone to represent a parent based on certain incapacities in a long time, and I want to double check to make sure that what the criteria is for that, and that I follow it 100%. So at this time, sir, like I said, we'll hold off on yours. I may do the child, but you'll know ahead of time. Is there anything else, sir?
I believe I understand everything you're telling me. No, that's it, Your Honor.
All right, everybody. Mr. Welch, I'm gonna go ahead and make the Zoom code and get it out to Ms. Walker and Belinda immediately. That way, if you want to take them back in the breakout, it's 5 to 5 already. So, but I'll have that made up in the next 5 minutes and out to them. So, but if you want to talk to me and break out or talk to me before they leave, you can do so at this time, sir. Is there anything else on your part, Mr. Welch?
Your Honor, I should just so that you understand in all respect that if you do appoint an ad litem for the child or maybe the father, the state will ask the court to portion costs
And
between.
that's why I'm gonna rock it with the affidavit, sir. Again, the case law on this, if they can't afford it, we'll pay for it. Okay, that's the gist of it. If they can pay, but based on Mr. Fletcher's testimony, Mr. Welch, he's not gonna. That's gonna be easy. All right, this gentleman does not he doesn't even make minimum wage. Okay, so again, you can object, but I'll have him fill out the affidavits, and if I find the affidavits still appropriate, then the court will go ahead and appoint what the court needs to appoint. All right.
I understand your position, Your Honor.
All right. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and then I'll go ahead and do that reset for that date, and then we'll see everybody back on that date. Mr. Fletcher and Mr. Childress, the stuff we just went over between me and Mr. Welch, that's all legal. I'll call it legal mumbo jumbo, but the court will deal with that as needed. But once I found out what I have to do to appoint someone, again, based on them not being eligible. Usually when I've done this in the past, it's been somebody that was on SSI. But and I'm not saying that Mr. Fletcher may or may not be eligible for SSI, but for right now, he has not been found by the government to be disabled. So I've got to figure out, I have to now go in and determine what the criteria is for me to do this and actually to proceed. Because again, he said some things today that actually get this court serious cause of concern, that he doesn't understand everything that we're doing, and that there's a possibility that he should be entitled to some type of counsel based on that. But anyway, everybody, March 5th, 1:30 p.m. 1:30 to 3:30, the only case I got. We'll get you out of here in that 2 hours. Thank you very much, and we're off the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right. So Mr. Fletcher and Ms. Childress, what I'll probably do is I'll do a temporary order with the custody arrangement. And in that temporary order, there'll be language saying the case is going to be reset, to March 5th, 1:30. I'll have the Zoom code on there for you. If for some reason both of you don't sign, then we'll probably do a notice of hearing as well. But you'll at least have that in the order there ready for you. And the order's gonna be sent through DocuSign to your emails. I confirmed both of your contact information earlier. So, Your Honor, since it's 5 o'clock, I'm fine with them leaving.
All right, good enough then. Again, I'm making that Zoom code right now as we speak. 357,902. So both free to go, and like I said, you'll be getting that information.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.